Square Enix time, and I wouldn't be lying if I said that this did intrigue me the most. Stay tuned for my predictions. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. All week is all predictions, and today we land on one that I'm very intrigued by. Of course, I'm talking about Square Enix. Now, if I am correct, Square Enix is on June 13th at 3:15 Eastern Standard Time. Of course, 12:15 Pacific Time, saying that they're going to have their own little things. We're going to see the world premiere from Eidos Montreal's game, plus a bunch of stuff. So I figured what I would do is give you my thoughts today on what we shall be seeing. So let's start off with something that I believe is very obvious, which is DLC for Outriders. I mean, the game still has that end game feel. Obviously, it has an end game. So why are players playing this game still? So I see you're going to see a little bit from Outriders, giving you an idea of what's to be expected for the coming months of that game, which is a no-brainer. Definitely 100% happening at the Square conference. What also I see happening is, of course, Final Fantasy Endwalker, major update for the Final Fantasy XIV Online, is coming out in November. So I see them spending about 5-10 minutes telling you why you need to get excited for this DLC, why it's so much better than the others. Not saying it is, but just convincing the consumer why this is the next big thing in the online Final Fantasy XIV. Now, I say Final Fantasy XIV, and of course, I'm going to have to address the Easter egg, which is Final Fantasy XVI. Will we see anything of that? Will we see footage? Will we see a release date? So what my thoughts are on this is I do see a trailer. Gameplay, most likely. Release date, very slim. If at all, I see maybe a 2022 window, which would be great because I think this game is definitely farther along than Square is letting on. But would not also surprise me if it was 2021. But I definitely see some gameplay, a trailer, definitely something. I don't know if it's going to close show, but I definitely think it's either going... I think if you don't close with it, it's going to open. And that's my thoughts on that. So, of course, Eidos Montreal is going to be the world premiere. So they also were behind the Tomb Raider I can't even speak. Hello. Let me tell you something, guys. It's fucking 90 plus, 95 plus in New Jersey right now. It is crazy hot. So my brain, a little bit out there. So, like I was saying, Eidos Montreal was known for the reboot of the Tomb Raider series, which was one of my favorite series of the past decade. Very great controls. Made me feel like an Uncharted, but Tomb Raider. It was fantastic. Of course, they are also known for Deus Ex. So the question is, do we see that animated Tomb Raider that we've been hearing so much about? Or do we see them go back to Deus Ex, which I know a lot of people are very excited for? I have never played the franchise, but all my buddies speak very highly of it, replaying it. So if Square says, here, we're going to give you the ball, run with it. Like I said, I see maybe the world premiere of their game being the first thing from the Square Enix press conference or showcase, whatever you want to say. And it hitting off and being like, this is what we have to deliver from our studios. And then, like I said, probably see Final Fantasy 16 close out store. Who knows? Of course, we will see Life is Strange, True Colors, putting a big push towards Life is Strange, asking for a $60 price tag, which I think is a little steep for an episodic type game. But, you know, they went from, I think it was $25 for the original Life is Strange. I think 34 Before the Storm, and then the second one was 40. So I see them going to 60. So they have to show us why it is worth that money, why you should care about these characters. So I definitely see stuff on Life is Strange, and it's probably spending about 10 minutes. Like I said, I see this maybe going for about 45 minutes tops. I don't see Square really giving that much stuff in their catalog. I mean, we'll get an Avengers update. That won't be a deny. You know, they've already mapped it over there at Crystal Dynamics, but I think they want to put it in perspective and be like, hey, this is this. Probably do a shadow drop, being like, this DLC is right now. Get people excited to play Avengers, to pick up Avengers. It had a crummy start. Let's pick it back up. What I also want to know is Forspoken. details. I want a new trailer. I want to know what's going on with that game. That intrigued me. I believe it was a couple of E3s ago, so I want to know more about that game. Maybe I see a little bit of a trailer, not necessarily a release date, but something to know what's going on with this franchise and with this game. When's it coming out, all that. Now, there is one Final Fantasy that I left out, and if anything, this is what I think will close the show. I think this will be that one more thing. Do I see a full-on gameplay of it? Absolutely not. But without a doubt, we will see a tease for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. I have no doubts. I expect that to be the one more thing. Like I said, I expect Eidos Montreal to go first. Final Fantasy XIV update. I see probably to lift up the spirits right after Final Fantasy XIV update. You give us news on Final Fantasy XVI. Give me a trailer. Say, hey, we're still in development, but looking forward to showing you more in the coming months. That's all I need from Final Fantasy XVI. Take your time. It's going to be a great game. Like I said, I want to know what's going on with Life is Strange. You know that's going to be a couple minutes, some Outriders. But I definitely see the one last thing should be and will be, I believe, a teaser trailer of Final Fantasy Remake 2, or Part 2. Now, to my understanding, I've never played the original. I am sorry, guys. I truly, truly am. But I played the remake and I loved it. So what they could do, show a character. I know you get characters all in the original game. Show us something that goes, oh, this is coming along great. Because I'm very excited for it. But if you guys expect a gameplay, I highly doubt that. And I could see them saying more information in 2022. You know, putting it right out there saying, we are in development. Here's a little sneak peek. But you'll know more down the line. And that's my thoughts on what Square's going to do. I'm very intrigued by what they do because I think they have they definitely could be the press conference that people walk away from saying, wow, that was really good top to bottom. I mean, I feel like Xbox can do that too, and of course Sony Nintendo because of 35th anniversary for Legend of Zelda. But I think not a lot of people are expecting Square to really deliver. And they do have some great games. Outriders was fantastic. I mean, Final Fantasy, the love for Final Fantasy XIV Online is ridiculous. Final Fantasy XVI, give us something. You know, the Tomb Raider and the Deus Ex, the guys from Montreal, show us what you've been working on. We love seeing what you guys do over there. Give me a tease. Give me Life is Strange. Convince me why. So you have some new IPs. Get people on board. I definitely think this is going to be my hidden gem of E3. And I can't wait to watch it. And I hope I watch it with you guys. So remember, all this week on my channel is going to be predictions up until Saturday, where I'm going to be doing live reactions of all the major press conferences. Of course, Ubisoft, Xbox, Bethesda, Square Enix, and Nintendo. Sony, as of recording this, has still not said anything. But, hey, I might even throw in a prediction. But I'll have that all during the week, every single day. And, of course, on Saturday at 3 p.m., we start with Ubisoft. I'm going to have some guests on for Ubisoft, for Nintendo, for all these things. So definitely check that out. Come be a part of the conversation. Let's watch E3 together and know what's just going on. So if you want to know that, subscribe, hit that bell so you know on YouTube, or follow me over on Twitch. Hit that follow. They'll be live streaming to both. So if you have your preference, I don't mind. It's a great gaming community we live in. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, happy E3 time.